Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'm going to review 3 books that I'm going to call THOTH Basics books. In case some people out there are interested in the THOTH deck and would like to look into it without being a bit overwhelmed by the deck itself or the level of difficulty, there's 3 books that I've got here that are quite good when you first approach the THOTH deck. So the first one is called Tarot Mirror of the Soul by Gerd Ziegler, who was a German occult and tarot expert. This book is still available. It's published by Weiser publishing, and it's probably one of the best handbooks around on the THOTH deck. It will take you through each of the cards, and it will teach you and show you the basic structure and ideas and concepts in the deck. On the cover it shows the back of the THOTH deck cards, which has the rosy cross on the back, which is a representation of the rosy cross, which is associated with the Rosicrucian orders, because the Golden Dawn order was actually based on the Rosicrucian orders from Germany and France in particular. At the time when the Golden Dawn was founded, they wanted an English order that was based on the Rosicrucian German and French orders that were already in existence. So Tarot Mirror of the Soul, I think, is an actual classic. I think it's an essential book. It's not very thick, it's just a very good paperback handbook size. It really will outlay the essentials about the THOTH deck, and it is set out really well, and I think that is a great introduction and a great basic book about the THOTH deck. So I think if you really want to get started with the THOTH deck, this is a great book, and you would be using this all the way through really. It's not only for the introduction and the structure of the deck with the major arcana and the minor cards and the court cards. You will be probably referring to it a lot. It's only got a few spreads in here, but it's just so well written and so well done that I really do see this book as an essential with the THOTH deck if you are interested in working with that deck. So that's Tarot Mirror of the Soul by Gerd Ziegler, and I will put the details at the bottom of the video as well for anyone who would like to get this book and the other 2 I'm going to show. And this is still in print because it is such a great book. The next book is Keywords for the Crowley Tarot by another German, Hajo Banzhaf, who was also a great German esoteric expert, and his wife Brigitte Theler. This is a really good book, and it's another great paperback handbook size. It really is keywords for the Crowley Tarot. For each deck, it really sets out card by card the symbolism, the keywords, the key concepts. There is a very good introduction in the beginning of the book. There are more spreads in this book than the other one, but I think both books are really quite useful and quite important, because this one breaks down the structure and each card. I really do think you probably need both books, but you might find this one a bit easier to get into. This one is published by Weiser Publishing as well. This one is, of course, is also still in print and quite easy to get. I think it's another great book for basics of the Crowley deck. And it's a great book because of the way that it is structured and set out. Some people, as I was saying, might find this one a little bit more accessible than the first book. It might be a good one to start with, but you should also think about getting the other one as well, and maybe you want to start with this one. This one has got a few more spreads in it, and it does have the astrological spread in here, the astrological wheel, but it's just in regard to the 12 houses of astrology, which is what the astrology wheel spread should be. Should only just be in regard to the 12 houses of the astrology or zodiac, whichever way you want to think of that. So that's Keywords for the Crowley Tarot by Hajo, Banzhaf and Brigitte Theler. And the last book is out of print, but I'm mentioning it in case you might be able to get it. This book might surprise a few people because I think some people will be familiar with this author. He's American, and he was associated, or is associated, with his own deck that he created. And that is James Wanless, PhD, who created the Voyager Tarot. Before he created his Voyager Tarot, a lot of people may not know that he learnt on the Thoth deck first. That was his first introduction to tarot. So he wrote a book called New Age Tarot, and this was written in 1986, and he wrote his Voyager Tarot book 3 years later in 1989. So this book is probably out of print. You might be lucky, you might be able to get it, especially if you go to James Wanless' website or get in touch with him, the people who are in America. You might be able to find out with him if you can get a copy, or on Amazon, because this was published by James Wanless himself with Merrill-West Publishing. I'm pretty sure that is his own publishing company. New Age Tarot, this book is a great introduction to the Thoth deck because he goes through each card and he gives a terrific rundown of all the symbolism and the ideas in the deck. So if you can get New Age Tarot, which is, like I said, all about the Thoth deck, if you can get this, it would be really handy. The other thing he does with each of the major arcana cards, he created a spread for each of the major arcana cards. So that's very interesting too. Okay, so that's New Age Tarot by James Wanless, PhD. So these are three great Thoth basic books, I call them. They're really good books for approaching the Thoth deck to begin with, getting a good idea of the structure and the ideas behind it. I don't call them beginners books because the Thoth deck is one of those decks that I don't think there is an actual beginner's book for it, but these books, I call them the basics books because they will give you a terrific foundational structure for the approach to the Thoth deck. So they are the three books. I'll put the details under the video, and I hope that will be useful for people out there who are interested in the Thoth deck. So until next time, thanks for watching and bye for now.